In the opening scenes of the film, we are presented with the desert city of Baghdad, where the team of army agents had come on a mission with their leader, Lu Feng. Lu comes and meets the leader of the oil factory there, who used to work here to control the factory. In fact, the people of the oil company's factory were in great trouble. They were being attacked every day, and this was the reason why the team of Liu came to save them. The factory's leader tells Liu that he has to save 400 people and will have to save us and send us to the green zone. After this, we are shown a man named Chris in the village. His brother comes to him. He says, "Brother, I have brought a mission for you. After completing it, we can get a lot of money. We have to kidnap some people in a bus." When Chris listens to his brother, he refuses him because Chris never did anything wrong. After this, we see a man named Owen in Chris's village who used to do the job of extracting water from the ground. There was a shortage of water in Chris's village too. Chris loved his villagers much, so he calls Owen to extract water. Owen now tries to extract water from a well, but he couldn't. At that time, it was hot, and the people of Chris's village were also poor. Here, Owen tells Chris that if some money is arranged, we can easily extract water from here. Hearing this, Chris tells Owen that okay, I will bring the money. In the factory, Luo was planning with his team that we have to save the people of the factory and take them from the highway of death. Only then can we reach the green zone. This way is a shortcut, but it is also dangerous. After this, the leader of the factory locks the whole system here, saves it in a pen drive and keeps it in her bag so that everything is safe in that drive and no one will be in danger. Then she gives her bag to one of her assistants. Actually, the assistant of the factory leader is Luo's daughter. She had a fight with her dad, means Luo because when her mom died, Luo was not with them. Because of this, Luo's daughter was angry with her dad and hated him. After it, everyone is taken to the green zone by bus, and soon they reach the highway of death. Seeing the scene there, Luo's daughter was scared because no one had gone alive from there till today. There were cars everywhere, which were in a bad condition due to the accident. Luo tells his team to keep an eye on all four sides and then moves on with his bus. But there were 2 cars on the way, because of which the road was blocked. Seeing this, Luo's daughter says we should stop the bus here. But Luo was not ready to do this. He says, "I know why these cars are standing, and we cannot stop the bus here at any cost. We have to get out of here at any cost." When he takes that bus to the cars, there was a big bang, and because of this, everyone sitting in the bus gets scared. Luo still did not stop his bus and keep moving. In fact, all these buses were made of a special kind of material. That is why the bullets and bombs had no effect on them. Luo tells his daughter that the cars standing in the middle were to make us lost. Now when they go ahead, Luo sees a big sandstorm moving towards them, but he does not even get scared of that storm and keeps moving forward with the bus. Here, Chris's team takes advantage of the sandstorm and hijacks a bus. They had taken that bus in their custody. As we know that Chris needed money, that's why he was doing this. He had agreed to his brother. Now, when the storm stops, they all stop their buses. Then Luo finds out that one of their buses was missing, including the leader of the oil factory. Then the girl from his team tells him that I saw it going the other way. Luo now calls a helicopter here so that the bus can be found quickly. In this work, Luo's daughter also tells him to go with him. Luo had left to find that bus with his daughter in the helicopter. After going a little far, Luo sees a truck from the helicopter and understands that there was no sandstorm. In fact, the enemies had made a fake storm with the help of this truck to hijack our bus. After some time, Luo spots his bus. After contacting, a girl from Luo's team, tells him that the Americans have kidnapped our 5 people from that bus, including the leader of the oil factory. After it, Luo contacts his team again and tells the rest of the buses to reach Green Zone. On the other hand, when Chris was moving forward in the car with his teammates, Luo drops a bomb on them from his helicopter. Chris was attacking the helicopter by taking a gun out of his car, which makes the helicopter a little far from him, and there was a fire in it. Chris had just brought his brother to the cave and asks him that whose mission is this? Tell me the truth, in which there is so much danger. Bombs are being dropped on us by helicopter. Meanwhile, Owen comes there, who was Chris's friend, and says this mission, the whole plan was mine. He had also kidnapped the leader of the oil factory. The purpose of this was to hack all the systems of the oil company by bringing it under his control, from which he was going to get a lot of money. The leader of the oil factory also understood that it was Owen who was attacking their factory. So when we changed our place and started going towards the Green Zone, he would kidnap us on the way. Chris tells Owen here, "How can you make such a big plan? And I am not going to support you in this plan anymore. Give me my money so that I can leave." Owen says, "Some more work is left now, after which you will get your money." Chris's brother also says some work is left now, but Chris says without caring for anyone that I want my money in the next 2 hours. Saying this, he left from there. After Chris's departure, his brother says to Owen that we will have to work without him now, but Owen betrays him here. He killed Chris's brother and then asks everyone to leave. There, Chris also reached his village and was furious at his brother because he did not tell him the right thing. After that, he went out to play with the children to calm himself down. Meanwhile, Luo comes and says, "I have come here to save my people. I know you kidnapped them. My people are with you." Chris also replies, "I am also saving my villagers." As we know, Chris did this work for the sake of money, only for his villagers so that he can arrange water for them. And all this was Owen's plan so that Chris can also support him, but Owen betrayed him. Anyway, after this, Luo goes from there. After a while, Chris came to an empty factory where he sees his brother's body, and Luo also comes. There is a lot of fight between the two of them. Sometimes Chris was dominant, and sometimes Luo, because Chris was feeling that Luo must have killed his brother. But when something was about to fall on Chris's brother, then Luo saves him. Here, he finds out that Luo did not kill his brother, but Owen's hand is in it. That's when a barrage of bullets begins raining down on them. Actually, Owen had sent his goons to kill them here too, but they fight those bullets. Chris drops a bomb on them, which caused a big blast. Anyway, the goons ran away from there. But in this, Chris's car also gets destroyed. They both understood that they have to catch only one person means Owen, who was the enemy of both of them. Chris says, "I know where Owen will be right now." On the other side, the leader of the Owen factory and some of her people were brought to the factory with him. Here he tries to open the system, but there was a code on it. When Owen asks the factory leader about the code, she does not tell. That's when he kills her 2 people. Seeing this, the factory leader was scared. Now he threatens to kill her son. Hearing this, the factory leader immediately tells him that this code is in a pen drive, which I had kept in my bag, but I don't know where it is. All I remember is that I had caught that bag to my assistant. That's when the son of the factory leader here tells him to call his mum's phone, which will tell you the location of her phone. Where is the phone and bag? Actually, that bag was with Luo's daughter, who was in Chris's village at the time. In the same village, Luo gets the news of reaching the Green Zone of the rest of the people. Here, his daughter asks him, "How can you trust Chris?" Luo says he is a good man and thinks for the good of people. We can trust him. That's when Chris gets Luo's diary. He picked it up and brought to him. He says, "Do you like this girl? You are so lucky that you got such a girl. You always keep her picture in your diary." Luo says, "You are thinking wrong, actually. She is my daughter." Chris apologizes to him for this. Luo says, "When my wife died, I was not with my daughter, because of which she is still angry with me." He says, "I came to this mission also so that I can save my daughter who works here in the oil factory." Chris says, "Don't worry, everything will be fine. We will save everyone. We will fight together." That's when they hear the voices of some goons. They go and fight those goons. Here, they come to know that Owen has sent them here. They come to take the bag of the factory leader, which was with Luo's daughter. They had a lot of weapons. They captured all the villagers and make them slaves. Now they also ask for the bag of the factory leader, which had a pen drive in which the system code was locked. Chris gives them that bag and they leave after taking it. After doing this, Luo and his daughter were angry with him. Then Chris says, "I could not put the lives of the entire village in such danger." In the morning, Chris asks Lu's daughter, "What was in that bag that you were not ready to give?" She tells that there was a pen drive in that bag with which all the systems of the oil factory can be hacked, and the oil of the entire city of Baghdad can be transferred anywhere. This system also has oil smuggling. After it, they can sell oil to any country or city, and if this happens, it will be the biggest theft of oil till now. On the other hand, we see the ship of Germany, whose captain was talking to Owen on the phone. Chris and Luo had also left the village, but Luo's daughter felt that they would not be able to stop everything together. That's why she also takes the car and goes behind them. The goons had also reached Owen with the bag. He tells the factory leader to open the lock from the pen drive. By giving the bag as she puts the pen drive in the system, the whole system was on. Owen tells to fill oil in that German ship, but it took 24 hours to do this. After some time, Chris and Luo also reached Owen's factory on their truck and were competing with his goons. Luo climbs on a pipe and kills Owen's men in a cool way. Owen was also watching all this secretly. He tells his men that we have to get out of here soon because his work was done now. The oil had been filled in the German ship. Chris also goes inside the factory and started killing the goons. Meanwhile, he sees outside and discovers that Owen is running away from here. Now he follows him while running and meets Luo's daughter on the way, who took the car and reached them. Now they both together follow Owen. Here, Luo was competing with Owen's goons in the factory. He ends everyone one by one. Now the leader of the oil factory comes and says everything is ruined. He stole the oil from the pen drive. We have to stop such a big loss. On the way, when Chris was following Owen, he jumps his car behind him. Luo's daughter also flies the car in the air and makes it jump, but her car had an accident. Chris gets angry at Luo's daughter for the condition of the car. Meanwhile, Lu also reached there with a truck. They sit in the truck and go ahead with him. Chris tells Luo the shortcut to reach Owen, and they leave the rocket launcher from that truck. Actually, it was the same truck with which the fake storm was made to hijack the bus. Chris now reaches Owen and collides his truck with his truck at a high speed, which causes powerful explosions. Owen's car fell far away and he becomes injured. Upon spotting Chris, he swiftly hops into his car and speeds away from the scene. Luo had called Chris back in his truck. Chris was now hanging with the truck. They come close to Owen's car at the speed of a rocket launcher. Due to this, their truck also lost its control. They tie a rope to Owen's car and drop their truck in the trench, and he was hanging on that rope. Seeing this, Owen was laughing at them, but due to the weight on the car, Owen's car also falls into the trench. Lu had left that rope. He falls on a stone with his daughter, and Owen fell in the trench with his car and died. Here, Lou and his daughter were saved. They can't see Chris anywhere and think that Chris is dead. Luo's daughter sees his diary. When she sees it, it had a picture of her and her mom. Luo says, "I loved you and your mum very much. I never wanted to separate you." Hearing this, Lou's daughter hugged him. Meanwhile, Chris grabs Luo's leg from below, who was still alive, and they pull him up. All three were saved, but now they think how to get out of here. Then an idea comes to Luo's mind, and he says, "We should make a lot of noise here so that someone can help them." It is shown after a while that they had also caught that German ship to which Owen had sold oil. The water also starts coming to Chris's village. This work was done by Chris and Luo together. All the villagers were happy. Later, Luo's team comes to him and asks about the next mission. Chris also promises him that he will support him in every mission. Here the story ends.